Good morning. This is Chair French convening the regular business meeting of the Kansas Corporation Commission for uh, Thursday, February 27th, joined by my colleagues, Commissioner Keene and Commissioner Keither. On today's agenda, we have 15 consent agenda items and 2 noticed items. We will begin with our consent agenda. Commissioners, you've had the opportunity to review those 15 items. Let me ask at this time whether there are any questions on the consent agenda, beginning with Commissioner Keither.
No questions, thank you.
And Commissioner Keene.
No questions for me either. However, I intend to, in fact, I am going to, pardon me, recuse on consent agenda item number 1. Noting that, I would move the approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda, noting Commissioner Keene's recusal on item number 1. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The consent agenda is approved. We now move to our 2 noticed items. Our first noticed item is in docket number 24 EKCE 608 COM, and this is a proposed order on formal complaint by and it will be presented by Brian Fedot.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. Dr. Van Petten filed a formal complaint against Evergy Kansas Central seeking $34,700 for damage to his property relating to construction of a new power line. He also accuses Evergy of harassing him while attempting to acquire an easement on the property. Evergy responds by saying there's no allegation or fact supporting any willful or wanton conduct by them, and therefore requests the Commission deny the complaint, determine that their offer of $5,500 to repair the grass damaged where their crew drove to perform work was fair, reasonable, and appropriate. And that's their suggestion to resolve this matter. On January 27th, Commission staff filed a report and recommendation stating it does not believe Evergy met its statutory duty to restore the property to its prior condition, and recommending leaving a decision on whether that $5,500 offer was fair and reasonable to the courts. Staff also suggests that the allegations involving trespass, mental anguish, and harassment do not relate to the restoration of property, and therefore believes those allegations should be dismissed. Neither Evergy nor Dr. Van Petten responded to staff's report recommendation. This order agrees with staff that KSA 66(1), 183 does not create a cause of action for claims of trespass, mental anguish, and harassment, and therefore would dismiss those claims in the complaint. However, Dr. Van Petten's claims for damages resulting from Evergy's failure to restore his property to its prior condition can proceed. This order directs the presiding officer to schedule a status conference to establish a procedure for the remainder of the docket in hopes of resolving Evergy's alleged failure to restore the property. With that, I'm available for questions.
All right, thank you, Brian. Are there any questions on this item, beginning with Commissioner Keither?
No, thank you.
And Commissioner Keene.
No questions. I move approval of the order.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the order as described in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. Thank you, Brian. We will now move to our second and final noticed item. This is in docket number 25, EKCE 138 COM, and it is a proposed order on complaint in that docket. And our presenter for this item is Mr. Aaron Bailey.
Good morning.
There you are.
Yes, in this matter, Mr. Von Roo filed a complaint against Evergy alleging that his service was unlawfully disconnected for non-payment after he received service for about 2 years without ever receiving a bill. The commission found the complaint met a prima facie determination, and the complaint was served on Evergy for an answer. Evergy explained that it discovered the meter that was serving the customer was active but not linked to an account. It sent him a bill for about $4,000 for the average usage during the time frame as allowed under its terms and conditions. The parties tried to negotiate a resolution. Evergy offered to accept $2,000 to settle the dispute and set up a payment plan. The parties, however, could not reach an agreement. Staff reviewed the bills and found the average usage was valid and that the service was lawfully disconnected for non-payment. Staff further noted it appears that Mr. Von Roo no longer resides at the residence. No one responded to staff's report and recommendation. The proposed order before you would deny the complaint as the billing information provided was accurate and the service was disconnected lawfully for non-payment. This would also adopt staff's recommendation that Evergy honor its offer of $2,000 for payment in full for the usage and set up a payment plan should the complainant set up a new account. And with that, I can answer any questions.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Are there any questions on this item, beginning with Commissioner Keither?
No questions.
Commissioner Keen?
None for me either. Pardon me. I'd move approval of the order.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the order as described in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
With that, we have come to the conclusion of all the items noticed on today's business meeting agenda. If there's nothing further to come before us this morning, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you all. Take care.
Take care.
Take care.